Despite living in Phnom Penh for quite some time now, I haven't really explored anything besides the city, a few hiking spots, and Angkor Wat, which essentially are the same places that pretty much any tourist goes to. And not even a good one, considering that I missed several major cities and hubs. Because of my graduation and birthday being in the same 3-week period, I decided to head to Koh Rong to enjoy the island and the beach for the first time. I haven't been to the beach in nearly 3 years, and I was super excited to go. I started with a bus stop, which was really close to my house, and across the national highway for about a 3-hour ride to Sihanoukville. So unfortunately, I ended up missing the ferry. I didn't realize that it would end so early in the day, so when I arrived at around 4:30, I had just missed the last one, and I had to turn around and find a hotel to stay at for the night. Luckily, I was able to find one for just $20 for a private air-conditioned room, and I settled in, had some dinner, and basically waited till the next day to try my luck in the morning ferry. The morning ferry was pretty cool. It was very choppy waters because of the storm, and to be quite honest, I was a bit nervous of getting seasick or of the boat capsizing, but we got there perfectly safe and sound. I stayed at the Mad Monkey hostel, where I actually had a bed for about $3 a night. And this is directly on the beach, as in everything is right there on the sand, so the sand does get pretty much everywhere. All the dorms were covered in it. Even if you did try to rinse off before you got into bed, sand was going to find its way in there anyway. But that's just kind of part of island life, I think. You have to just live with the fact that sand is like glitter and you will find it everywhere and it will never leave you. But I think that the view and the ease of access to the beach more than made up for it. And along the beach, there were quite a few different resorts and restaurants. I was a little bit disappointed that I couldn't find as much seafood options as I was able to in other locations. Here particularly, I was able to find a restaurant that sold crab, which was what I was looking for. I really wanted some seafood, fresh crab, oysters, that kind of thing. And, not the end of the world, but I do wish that there was a bit more options for food on the island. So Mad Monkey has this really big, basically open space that is like the communal area where all the events are hosted and where you kind of lounge, you can get food, you can order, and like I said, it's directly on the beach. There's a bunch of hammocks, picnic tables. They have shows here. The first night they had fire show. I actually ended up just falling asleep on the hammock listening to a Jurassic Park audiobook, so I kind of didn't see it. But I did have quite some fun with the dogs there. A lot of strays in Cambodia are really aggressive. They won't attack you or anything, but they're not going to let you pet them. The ones here were all very sweet, and I think they were used to people on the island giving them food, and they allowed me to pet them and to play with them, and there was a few that pretty much could tell that I'm a dog lover, and I have no resistance to the begging look, and definitely got all of my scraps. The water is a beautiful, clear color. There weren't any seaweed, I saw a few very small fish, not any shells. The sand was pure white, very comfortable. I've been to quite a few beaches, including a few here, where you have to wear shoes inside the water, especially when I was hiking. A lot of the waterfalls or swimming areas would have very rough ground. You'd really want to wear swimming shoes or sandals while you're in the water. And here this wasn't a problem at all. The sand was really comfortable, really clear, really clean. I didn't see any trash anywhere. At the very least, there was at most maybe a wrapper on the ground. And when someone did see trash, they would pick it up. Versus in other areas, for example, in hiking, you could see some accumulation from people passing through the area. It was all in all a very nice trip where I spent about 3 days total and just under $100 at about $85. It wasn't expensive at all, and the most expensive thing was really just getting there. The ticket on the bus was $15 each way, and the ferry was $25 round trip. If I'm taking out the unplanned missed the ferry day, then I definitely stayed well within budget, especially because of the amount of food that I ate and the amount of free alcohol they passed out, which you'd be surprised by. It was overall just a really beautiful experience. And I definitely suggest that if you're in Cambodia and you're planning on traveling through, this is a spot you should definitely hit, just as much as Angkor Wat or Phnom Penh.